line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here live on PTM Race TV as we are now here showcasing you today the Late Model Stock Star Series of the Pit Stall Monday Night Series here on PTM Race TV at the new Smyrna Speedway. Hello everyone and welcome back to the show. As always, as we get ready for the action ahead here, 7 drivers able to make the call today. 3 races remain with this one included. And its starting lineup will receive the number 14 of the Crusader, Christian Schreiber on the outside, and the number 84, it is Matthew Hoffert. Road number 2 and the 5 is the Throttle Chantal on the outside, and the 4 is Joker Joe Nuttleman. Row number 3 and the 76 is Mike White out of the outside, and the number 10 it'll be Jason Henry. And your final starter today in the big 88, it is Michael Pratt. Your field of drivers is now set and locked and loaded for today's action. Been a while since we've been in New Smyrna Speedway here, quite a time or two, and yet it is great to be back on this track. I think the last time we were here too, now that I think about it, honestly, might have been the old ARCA series with Pedal to Metal Racing League. If you guys remember that on the show, that was like season 2 they had here, so. A little bit of a welcome back party here today as we're getting ready to roll out now to the track here, down off of turn number 3 into turn number 4. And it's time to go racing. This is the action showcase. Green flag is out and we are off. Well, Hoffer kept that 14 looking like he was sleeping back there a little bit. Big jump out of the gate for the 84. He's got the lead. Going to this race today, Hoffer a little bit too far out of the points, but still go for a big win today. Shriver and Pottle, the only 2 really close enough together in the championship points rank. Shriver only ahead by a few points here, so he'll have to try to find a way to hold back that Throttle Cinto Pottle. Joker Joe Nuttleman here, entering into this one here. Has had a bit of a rough sketch of a season. Had found himself on the receiving end a few times of some hits, including that one right there as he gets a little too hard coming off turn number 4. Just hasn't really been able to find the speed to really find the advantage points he needs to get done with these kind of runs, these kind of races. Nevertheless, trying to drive his way around and try to stay pace with the Throttle Cinto Bottle as well as the 1484 just ahead of them both. Bottle right now trying to go into conservation mode, letting the other 2 just drive their wheels off for now. Worry about the rest later. It's a strategy she's been using quite well this season. And with a track like this and 80 laps to the distance, you really got to use that timing and that strategy well. Mike right out here, the number 76, coming pretty close to a few good race wins this season, coming into a good position as well off the battles he's engaged. Last season finished runner-up in the championship point standings here. This season, a little bit too far out of reach, like we said, only two drivers close enough together. But right out's shown one thing overall, and that's been consistency and maintaining his ground and his clearance to try to battle with the best of them. He's gone toe-to-toe with many other drivers out here, and he's gone to the limits here with Nettleman, Pratt, and even Henry back there kind of lingering around. Jason Henry, there's number 10 Chevrolet, trying to show he's not out of the woods just yet here, but he can still hang with these guys. But his strategy seems to be a lot more on the slow down and take it easy kind of conservation mentality. A track like Smyrna Speedway, though, man, it's so hard to do. You've got to really just get that speed going. You got to get that power driving off. You basically got to force yourself to make every move count and every drive off the lines work in your favor. Battle for the lead right now as Hopper tries to keep driver behind him, and Hopper's had a lot of times this season. I've kind of said it on this one where he ends up unfortunately burning his stuff up too quickly, gets too aggressive too easily, and then all of a sudden has to try to play catch up in terms of like trying to build back momentum and then trying to retain the lead. He had a heartbreaker in Myrtle Beach where he thought he actually had that one locked up and loaded in. Will that be the same case today? He's going to try to not let that happen. But it's so easier said than done, especially with racing like this. Nettleman and Pottle right now dealing with each other here. Nettleman trying to cut the inside corner off, but again, passing here at Smyrna, extremely difficult. You're going to have to basically try to charge that bottom line as quick as you can. Then you got to try to figure out how to hold it off down there, and that doesn't help at all. Mike Rideout clearly watching on as Nettleman looked like he was about to be banished to the Shadow Realm. Thankfully he didn't fall into that void and kept himself out of there. Rideout and Pratt right behind him right now trying to get that speed going as well, looking for any kind of conservation or speed that can gather to it. This is the interesting part when you kind of race these kind of corners off, because you have to go through so much of the way, so much of the times here, and hope it works out in your favor when you get a little bit longer into the session. Nettleman, I think, trying to say to Rideout why so serious back there, but I don't think, unfortunately, he can see on the top of that back there. I think you can only see your face smiling on the back with that little card there. Nettleman is Pratt driving a little bit harder in turn number 4 as exit, but unfortunately wasn't able to clear the 76 and had to loosen the car out. The rear end slipping out a lot here. Getting told right now the drivers are struggling with a lot of wear and tear on the right fronts here. And it seems though, unless you're up front or in that mid-pack, you're basically kind of trapped in a bit of a rock kind of hard place. Albert's still holding that 14 back as much as he possibly can here. Driver's still looking for a little bit of a ground clearance, a little bit more runoff. He gets it further and further closer to the wall. Hofford, well, there goes the wall hit at least. Hofford, I was going to say, it seems like he's making it a little bit smoother, a little bit more enriched on the inside, just kind of letting the car roll to the corner rather than allowing it to force itself up to the top side. An interesting strategy, because we've seen usually with those super late models and the street stocks, that usually is not the case. However, it appears this late model stock car may be trailing them a little bit, making it a little bit more interesting. There is one thing to note, though, is that we have 2 more races after this one: Hickory Motor Speedway and North Wilkesboro Speedway. And the 2 leaders right now, the way they go, and the point slot is, the way they will race their hearts out at those 2 tracks, no matter what. We know Pottle can get some work done in North Wilkesboro. She's had a little bit of success there. Driver, in his case, he's official side. He's always been trying to find a little bit of a runner, a little bit of an extra gap he uses there, but he loves Hickory Motor Speedway more than anything, so that could be a track that really could set the season apart. We'll have to see next week. Let's see you next week, though. I think right now that's where Nettleman's looking to be seen at. Same with Michael Pratt there. Well, turn off turn number 4 there. He gets way loose. Trommel's going 3 wide there with the 2 heavy hitters. right out deep to the inside. Forces Nettleman on top. Now must try to invade the exit and try to get him back there. He does. Rideout had known he needed to build speed to block the exits because those exits are going to be where most of that run comes back to. And that's going to be most of the troubles for these drivers. And it almost got him into a bit of an issue there. Nettleman trying to keep Rideout behind, trying to keep Rideout from getting too far away. Pratt just trying to hang in there. Passing around here really is looking like more and more. It's getting more difficult just to maneuver and navigate. For what that reason is, it's very simple. The right front, the right rear tears up too much. You just now start to go into cruise control, and you can't go running too hard in those turns. And that means you only two options: bump and run, or you better be running that gap down as quick as you can. Get a little onboard camera here with the throttle shift out bio. This is exactly what we were talking about earlier. You've seen how wide the 14 and the 84 was kind of in between there. Bottle, she's extremely careful when she gets off the corner not to let the car drift up too quick. She's extremely smooth and timed it. So she could be doing a couple things. She could be saving the tire out to try not to have to go into pit road and take all four tires, or she could be, in essence, trying to steer clear of any mistakes or any problems down there. Every driver will have their choice on what they want to do and how they want to approach this one. But right now, so far, it seems like the Apollo and Hofford approach is the only way to go. Stuck in between there is the rest of the pack with Rideout, Pratt, Nettleman, and Henry. And speaking of Henry now, the number 10 Chevrolet trying to get back to that Joker, Joe Nettleman there, the number 4. And we don't nickname him the Joker because he's just not too careful and hilarious, so he makes a joke of himself. No, Nettleman's a very good guy. We call him the Joker Joe because he literally has the DC Comics Joker on the entire part of that scheme there, so that's the reason. Here comes Henry though, going to run Nettleman here. Henry looks like he's going to start trying to make some moves, trying to make some drive off onto him. Nettleman knows he's coming, and he's trying to hold it back. Deep into those corners and deep into the trenches here, you can just see each driver just trying to find a way to linger around and try to build the power back up. Not letting the car get too out of shape, but at the same time not letting it get from being too out of the ordinary. Everybody else starting to gap up a little bit, about a 40-second lead, about 0.40 second lead there for 4/10 of a second, I should say, there for Hofford. Starting to increase. Henry looks to the inside there, coming off of turn number 3 and 4. Didn't quite get a run on Nettleman. Nettleman able to back him off. Henry still trying down there. You can see he's got a good run. He's got a good leap, but again, Nettleman has got the exits. But the harder you wear and tear that car out, the harder it will be to control for later. The gap bridged up right now. Lap 32, look at the gap and look at the timing sheets. Bad wear and tear. That 14 right now is starting to feel pressure, and it looks like it's really just from doing too much of that overdriving. As Pottle right now continues to try to come up close. Into the wall goes the 14. That was a gnarly little hit. You saw the grass, literally the asphalt pumping right off of that. Took a nasty little hit. Jason Henry going to go into pit road here. Nettleman was trying to hold him back. Looks like Henry going to try for an early strategy call here. Hofford still leading us down to the edges here. We'll go on board with him and show you why he is literally leading this race out. Why he's taking so much control of this race. It all really hinders on one thing and one thing only: consistency. We're on board with Matthew Hofford. Notice the way he rolls the corner. Notice the way he corners it off. Doesn't try to overdrive it. Doesn't try to overpower it. It's very similar to how he runs at Southern National. It's very rich in the corners. Hard in the entry, but then smooth off the exit. New Smyrna loves it when you can do that. loves it when you can nail it just right and time your shots just in the nick of time. Speaking in the nick of time here comes the throttle. Chantel Bottle now looking to use lap traffic to aid her in passing the Crusader. And Shriver driving extremely wide right now. It doesn't look like he's struggling to keep that thing online, trying to keep the throttle off him. Rolling it up, almost puts the bumper to the 14. The 5 backs off, now trying to corner the inside back down. Shriver trying to defend. Bottle back to the inside. Shriver giving her plenty of room. Gets a little loose coming off turn number 2. Hard battling. This is now the first time. This is the first challenge the 5 has to face in terms of trying to make passing opportunities. She had to defend. Now it's time for offense. Back and forth, deep the inside. Your points there's going at it. Oh, into the fenders. Give her a little bit of a hit. Damage to the right side for the 14. Looks like the right front fender too on Bottle. Yes, it did get clipped in. She's got damage. That fender will race inside of her car. That will tear the tire up. She's going to have to be careful. Well, a big battle there between those two, and then all of a sudden just got thrown for a whim and thrown for a loop. Pratt stopping into the pit road section. You hear him clutching it in, trying to make sure he got a good pit stop out of it. Mike Rideout will regain the 4th spot away. Meanwhile, Hoffert, he's loving every minute of what he's hearing and what he's seeing. Don't worry about, oh, those two, look out, right out of turn number 4, bump and run attack, trying to hold on. Pottle dipping it back in underneath, gets a good run up. Pottle looking to the inside, Shriver trying to close it back. Trying to close that gap quickly, but too late. The throttle, Chantel Bottle now gains traction. She's now moved into 2nd. Man, Shriver just got the old bump and run done at him, and he hanged on. Bottle got it ahead, rubbing his race, and you can't deny it. And if you can't make a pass, what else are you supposed to do? And 4 of these asphalt guys get on me and say, there's 2 lanes out there. I challenge you to run on burned tires of this track. It's literally just the same as dirt track racing, boys and girls. Besides, if you're the leader, that's what you want to hear, is rubbing his racing, because that means you ain't got to worry about them. They're only doing their stuff. You're doing yours. That's the gap right now between Hoffert and Pottle. About 3.4 of a second now. The gap's starting to bridge up even more. And it's time for more stops to come into play. Looks like the 14, that damage on that right side, maybe too effective there. Needs to get it fixed. Last time out, Martinsville cost him plenty of time and plenty of ground there. Looks like he won't make the same mistake twice. Meanwhile, Joker Joe Nuttleman looking about the same as that front of that nose looks like right now on his car. Going a little crazy to try to drive off, trying to muscle it down. He's currently a lap down, trying to get his speed back. Looks like Hoffert going into pit road a little bit later than everybody else. Wanted to play it out and see where Pottle and Shriver goes. All 4s on the 14. Looks like right sides for Pottle for the moment. Mike Rideout's going to get out on the track here. Shriver back on out. And Pottle only going to take right sides. Right side tires only for the 5. So we'll see now what strategy works better, 2 or 4. Hoffert now in pit road. He only takes 2 tires as well, only 2 sets. Mike Rideout now back into pit road. Hoffert looking to try to keep his lead up there and see what he can do. So Hoffert, we're at about now a 5 3/10 of a second lead. And remember that 2-second gap That 3-second gap turns into 2 extra seconds thanks to pitting in 1 lap later than the throttle. That's going to hurt her a little bit. And Hopford right now, if it stays green, he's in the driver's seat. Literally and figuratively to win this race. He had a heartbreaker back in Myrtle Beach. He's trying to change that here. The only way to do it, though, is to continue to run him down. Lap traffic right now getting in the way a little bit here. The 14, the 4 going to go out a little bit. And those two, I don't think Shriver forgets one little race back in Thompson with him. But Nuttleman, respectfully, this time staying out of trouble. Nuttleman, by all means, probably just wanting to just keep a good relationship, keep good racing with these guys. And that is certainly what he's up to. Oh no, he's getting loose. Don't do it again, Nuttleman. Let Hartford go. Your lap traffic, don't do it again. He's got 2 drivers this season from unfortunately not able to hang on to the car. And Hoffert almost just became the 3rd victim. He's trying to stay out of the way, and Hoffert right now probably just looking to back off as much as he can. He gave a full second up to Pottle there just from that happening. Meanwhile, Shriver getting up ahead from Henry. Henry moving from 4th down to 5th. 4 tires definitely working, but is it enough? It gets back up in the field. Things are just getting a little bit heated here. Hoffert did get around the 4 of Nuttleman, so now the speeds are coming alive here. Paul about 4 and 4/10 of a second back, about 4.5 now. She's trying to hurry. Getting word down there, though. Those 2 drivers on those 2 tires, those right sides, aren't exactly being very nice with them. They're saying those things are not holding on very well. Michael Pratt down there, unfortunately, 4 seconds back. Getting word as well. He had a pit road issue. Unfortunately, cost him precious time, precious momentum. But he has since set the fastest time today, 18.44. That's a pretty good time, honestly. Remember, the fastest times were in the 18.44s. So to be able to bring that kind of speed and that kind of power out, I'd say definitely makes for a good little run there. 20 laps to go here in New Smyrna Speedway here in New Smyrna, Florida. Time running out, though. Late strategies and late racing starting to play into effect. Nuttleman right on the inside, trying to get his lap back. To do it, he's first got to make his way around some other drivers. Henry going to play it fair. And again, Henry has had many wins on this show, and he's been pretty fair in general with the way he races, the way he is. So it's no surprise to me. He's being a very conservative driver, but at the same time being a very generous driver. Nice guys don't always finish last, and in Henry's case, he can definitely win it out with the best of them. Nuttleman deep on the outside. Henry right now still clinging to the inside lane. 16 laps now, about turn 2. 15 laps left to go. Advantage Henry right now still, though. Michael Pratt now dealing with the throttle sent out Pottle. Again, Pratt laps down. Pottle just needs to stay out of trouble and just stay right in position. She's already 2 positions up ahead of Shriver. That'll give her 2 points back in the series if she can keep her position and keep right out, keep Shriver there. There will be one. It'll be separated out by 1 point entering into the 2 final races of the season. For Matthew Hoffer right now, this is just redemption. A story of facing the facts, facing the attrition, and dealing with everything he got. Man, it had to have been something there. Hoffert still trying to hold on there, on the back straightaway, looking down. 12 laps left to go. 11 laps left this time by. Nettleman and Henry right now still holding on to their run and still holding on their gap. By the way, this is how far Rideout is away from Shriver and Hoffert. Actually, Hoffert literally right in front of the Crusader. And the Crusader right now probably more than likely just trying to use Hoffer as a drafting partner, a little bit just something to help get him to Rideout if it went at all possible. As they try to maneuver around, looks like a little trouble there for Nettleman. Got it way too aggressive there and drips it back down low. Hold on down there. Not again, buddy. Whoa, he's going right up top of the 5 there. He's going to need to be staying up. Stay up there, buddy. Bottle trying to get it deep to the inside. Nettleman backed off, get it out of there, and he gets a good run from it. But Hoddle is making a charge. She's hanging in there. Oh man, I don't know if I really want to race around Nettleman today. He's like the wild card. He literally is like the Joker down there. He is a true wild card and an enigma to this. I can't figure him out. He's a good driver in real life, I've been told, and a good person as well. But man, the iRacing world, boy oh boy, does he have a lot of guys and gals probably just watching their back and watching him in front of him when he's around. Lovable guy, I will never not say that, but man, oh man, is he a wild card. Yeah, I think we love him for it. Oh boy. Henry still running down on the outside line, trying to make a pass on Nettleman while Pratt just tries to go at it a little bit. These guys right now just currently on the lap brigades here, just trying to hold on. Right getting caught up there by Matthew Hopper in the 84. And Shriver not far behind. Final 5 laps to go. Top 5 on your screen. Matthew Hoffer right now, again, just putting it in at cruise control. He knows he doesn't have much to worry about. Bottle's about 5 seconds back. Bottle, again, the only thing she needs to worry about is just stay consistent and keep the momentum up. Where all else fails and where all else drivers mess up, she can take advantage of that, and she's extremely good at it. And this is exactly what she wanted to see. Was the mistakes made by the 14, the 76, the 10, the 4, and the 88 throughout. But Hoffert, with 2 to go, it looks like he may finally get something off his chest and get something off his back. He's been waiting so long to do. They'll punch their way down through turn number 3 into turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is time for your white flag lap presented by the Pit Stall Racing Series. Many, many moons ago, Myrtle Beach, he thought he had it dialed in to the end and thought he had it all figured out. This time around, no need to fear. Matthew Hoffert is finally going to get one on the table. He's your winner in New Smyrna. Pottle will come home second. Mike Rideout goes third to round out the top 3. And how long has it been since he's waited for this? Came up 3rd last season in the championship points. This time, gets a win in a much needed place. I don't even know if he's got any tire. Like I said, I don't even know if he's got any tire left to burn down there. I think he used it all up. Here is your race results, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew Hoffert finally puts one on the radar. Wins it out. Chantel Battle going second. Mike Rideout going to go third. Christian Char going to go fourth. Jason Henry fifth. Nuttleman sixth. Michael Pratt seventh to finish out the day. That, ladies and gentlemen, is your coverage here for the Pitstall Monday Night Series and our live coverage on YouTube. Again, be sure to check it out if you guys haven't already by subscribing here on PT Race TV, and also check out our Facebook and Twitter and Instagram handles. Facebook, we will be live with you guys here in just a few short hours. GOAT Racing League's final races of the playoffs is coming to a fruition, and we are just moments away from seeing who will get to the round of 4. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.